Good morning, one. Good morning, all. This is Ned over at My Philippine Dreams and to the E to the D over at MPD. Coming at you from Dumaguete City, the city of gentle people, Negros Oriental, the Philippines. We got some unfortunate news to talk about today, but before I did that, I just wanted to thank everybody for the well wishes that I received and the get betters. The last couple of weeks physically for me have been pretty rough. I've been in a pretty bad place. And everybody's saying, you know, hope you feel better. Please get better soon. I really appreciate that. It's all about love and compassion over here at My Philippine Dreams. I'm actually, last night I noticed for the first time that I wasn't feeling feverish and weak all the time. And this morning I don't feel feverish either. So maybe the viral load, I think this was a viral infection, a viral systemic infection. I think the viral load is down because I'm not feeling sick and I don't have a headache all the time. So again, to everybody who said get well soon, Ned, I appreciate it, and it does seem to be happening. Now, this is a live cast. This is live. It's going to be low quality, 360p, because I am using Philippines internet, which isn't exactly cutting edge. I think it's the third worst internet in Southeast Asia. So just bear with me. We're going to get to the topic at hand. I actually found out about this a while ago, but I didn't want to talk about it yet for two reasons. First, I wasn't feeling well. If you notice, we haven't done any videos for a while just because I haven't been feeling good. And second, I was waiting for more facts to come in. I was waiting for an official government acknowledgement of this occurrence. As per course, you know, this happened with the Ted Blazak murder here back in June. The reporting staff, the journalists are holding off on reporting this for some reason. Basically what happened was on or around this past Thanksgiving, it was either Thanksgiving Day or the day after Thanksgiving, I think it was the 24th or the 25th, an American national, I believe he was from Montana, I think his family's from Montana, named Bill Gaskill, was murdered in Maasin City, which is in southern Leyte. The details, again, are coming from social media. Basically, the details are coming from his sister, who's still in the United States, and some information being provided on Facebook. There's been no official acknowledgement of this by either the government or any of the journalistic outlets. Appears he was stabbed to death in Maasin City in southern Leyte last Thursday or Friday. Again, that's November 24th or 25th. The 24th would have been Thanksgiving Day. And apparently, and this is, again, not confirmed, this is information passed from somebody who talked to the widow that was left behind. And again, condolences to the family, all the family involved in having to deal with this. This is a horrible situation. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. And apparently it was over the ill treatment of a dog by a local Filipino. The person, and this is coming from the Living in Cebu forums. Living in Cebu forums is a forum for expatriates living, working, or studying in the Philippines. It's been around for a while. When I was doing my research, I used it a lot. It's a rough crew over there, but they usually got good information, and they won't sugarcoat it. So this information is coming from there. It's coming from a posting on Facebook from the widow and from the individual, Bill Gaskill's sister. So went on to say that the doctor who performed the autopsy made the police accept that he was murdered and kind of, you know, forced the point to accept that investigation had to be carried out. What I infer from that is they were trying to just come to some natural cause type reason for him passing away. There's a local website. Most cities, in addition to, like, you know, the internet sites and the newspapers and stuff, most cities have unofficial Facebook pages where people can post information. Here in Dumaguete, they got a really good one called Hulagawai, which has a lot of good information. It's a lot of things that you won't see in the main media. And there's an Ibarra site, and Lori Gaskill, the sister of Bill Gaskill, posted some information. It was looking for information on this, and a local reported, this is on November 28th, the suspect is mentally ill, ma'am. And Lori replied, do you know the man who did this? And there was no response. And the Filipino replied, I don't want to make leading statements, madame, but as far as I know, the authorities are now filing murder charges against the suspect. And then Lori, the sister, replied, what is the name of the police department, and there was no response on that. So hopefully this Filipino PM private messaged Lori, the sister of the slain Bill Gaskill, and the investigation is going on. In the U.S. and in other Western countries, this is kind of strange that this occurs when somebody is murdered, that there's a blackout during the investigation, that nothing is reported on. I don't know the exact reasons for it. You would think that after someone gets murdered, they'd be trying to find suspects and they'd make it publicly known what happened so that informants could come forward with information. But as we know, a lot of times here in the Philippines, it's different here. So they do it their way. Also, you got to keep in mind that maybe they don't want to affect tourism or people studying here or living here or working here. That might have something to do with it. I'm not sure. Because after the Ted Blazak murder, there was only just little short blurbs here and there when they finally did publish something, as opposed to when Phil Prinz was murdered here in Dumaguete City, and it was all over the media. So ever since Phil Prinz, they've kind of slowed down on the reporting on alleged murders or these types of things happening in the Philippines. The point to be taken with this, and again, this has not been officially corroborated by any news agencies or the government. This is all on social media, but I checked the widow's page, I checked some other pages, the sister's page, and this seems legit. It looks like this actually happened. The thing to take away from this, other than the tragedy of the situation, is don't confront people here. Do not get into arguments with people here. Do not leave a situation with the other person fostering a grudge against you. Because that, like many places around the world, people don't always fight fair. You know, bottles, Phil Prinz was, smashed on the back of the head on video with a bottle. Knives, situations where you got 6 guys on one, 10 guys on one. That's the way it's going to play out here. It's unfortunate, but that's just the way it is. And again, our condolences to the Gaskill family. I hope that you find some closure. I hope that this is taken care of. And finally, one last thing. One of the hardest things I have in dealing with the Philippines and the way they do things here is the way they treat animals. Yeah, I'm always complaining about the heat, the humidity, and the burning stuff, but a very close third or tied for second after the heat and humidity is just the way they treat animals. It's tough to see. We had this agreement, we had this conquered, we had this contract when we domesticated dogs and cats and stuff and said, listen, guard our house and we'll take care of you, we'll feed you, we'll put a roof over your head. And that doesn't get done a lot here. And it's frustrating to deal with. And finally, before I check the comment section real quickly, this situation that happened to Bill Gaskill reminds me of a situation that happened about a year and a half ago to a gentleman who was living in a pretty rundown area of Dumaguete. He was trying to save money, and he was living in basically a little Filipino shanty town. And he was taking exception, constant exception, to the Filipinos that were burning stuff all the time around him. So what he did was he got some information online, the dangers of inhaling smoke and all that. He made photocopies. He went around to all his neighbors, passed them out, said, stop burning stuff. You're killing yourself. You're killing your kids. You're killing me. I'm sick of it. And what happened to him, and he has a little, bit of some social skills problems. We'll call him, Larry. And Larry has some social skill problems, so he probably got confrontational. And he went out, he heard some noises outside by his shed, by the bodega. And, like every horror movie, you're not supposed to do this. He went out to investigate the noises, and he got jumped by a bunch of dudes. And one of them had a board or a bat, and they broke his arm. And he went to one of the local hospitals, I'm not sure which hospital, and they set the arm wrong. So he actually had to go back to the UK, I believe, to get his arm rebroken and reset. Again, confronting people. The Filipinos are going to do what they do. It's like instinctual. When you ask them, why do you burn stuff? They just say it's just what we do. So you can't challenge it. And if you confront it or you argue or you're looking for an ally, you're looking for a fight, you're going to get one. And it's a bad place to do that. So again, finally, our condolences to all the family members, everybody being affected by this. It's a dang shame. Thank you again for all your well wishes. I appreciate it. We'll go to the comments real quick. BB Bruiser's always lurking around. This is just propaganda. I would have heard this. Okay, BB Bruiser, sure. Again, what I'm saying is what I'm relating to everybody is the allegations that are online on social media. I actually know because I got a private message from one of the guys who knew the widow in this, and she was a public school teacher. She is an elementary school teacher. So it's not officially in the news yet. We'll see. If I'm wrong, so be it. There's still always a lesson to be learned in these things. Somebody said Duterte is going to fix that internet. We'll see. Boy, the BB Bruiser, man. You've been around a long time, and you rarely have nice things to say. But I still keep you. I don't really ban and block that many people. Yeah, nothing like seeing a dog on a 2-foot chain barking. Sometimes the dog can't even lie down, and that's tough to see. Alright, so, again, back to BB Bruiser's comment that this is just propaganda and that this never happened. Hopefully that is the case, and we'll find out. But again, there's always a lesson to be learned, and if this didn't happen, and I hope it didn't happen, we'll still learn the lesson. We'll still take away the lesson. Don't get involved. Don't confront. Don't leave with a grudge here in the Philippines. Hope you are all well. Thank you again for the well wishes. And this is Ned over My Philippine Dreams. See you next time.